Catrice is here to bring the noise, to bring the change, and to celebrate Black women everywhere. She has also come across not only Omaha, Nebraska, but many states. Make some noise for Catrice. Make your hands up. Here comes the I'm feeling much lighter now.
Is it warm in here, or is it just me from floating? Did I work up a sweat floating in the room? How y'all doing? You look beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Go ahead, have a seat. So welcome to the 2023 Follow Black Women Conference. Give it up for yourself. We are so glad that you're here, that you made your way here, that you felt like being here was worth being here. And we're just glad that you're going to spend the day with us to learn how to be the queen of your own throne. Who feels like they already queen? Come on, queen. Come on. Yes. Well, you're going to learn how to be even more of a queen today. We have some amazing speakers, some activities that are going to take place today that will definitely empower and inspire you to be the queen of your throne. So just some quick technical housekeeping things. Somebody didn't want today to happen, because we done had challenges this morning, okay? But we still here. We're gonna overcome those challenges, and so because of those challenges, we're gonna have to adjust our agenda just a little bit today. But nevertheless, you will get to hear from all the speakers. We'll still do all the things. Some things just may be shorter to accommodate the adjustments that we need to make. So I had this event, the very first one here in Omaha in 2018, and decided to then take it across the country. For the past few years, it's been held in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and I decided, you know what, I haven't done anything in my own community for a long time, so let me bring this thing back to Omaha. So I'm happy to be here, to be of service to the community, to share and to pour in, and to just give you this opportunity to experience something different. How many of you have been to a conference that feels like this? Not at all. That's why we need this here. That's why this room should have been packed. But you know, sometimes people don't know what they need till they know what they need, right? But y'all gonna go out and tell the world, tell the whole city and everybody else about it, and they're gonna be sad that they did not join us today. So we want you to share on social media. We want you to take pictures and repost. We got some hashtags we want you guys to use. So you can use Follow Black Women 2023. You can use Own Your Throne, and you can use my name, Catriceology, when you're tagging those photos and those videos so that people can follow along and see not only what they missed today, but what they can potentially experience in the future. So we would appreciate, we welcome the sharing. We have a beautiful backdrop photo booth back there. Go on and prop up on that queen's chair and get your props and take your pictures and share. Also, if you missed getting on the purple carpet downstairs, that's gonna be there, so you can go back downstairs and make sure that you get your purple carpet moment. Y'all ready? Yes! So we're about to do a queen stroll. Y'all know what a stroll is? Who knows what a stroll is? Come on, tell me now.
I know a strut.
Okay, we can do a strut too. It ain't gotta be a stroll. You want a stroll, you want a strut. Who wants to participate in that? In other words, you're going to line up like it's almost like a Soul Train line, and you're gonna strut your stuff straight down here. We're gonna turn the music on until we say it's enough. Ain't no agenda. We gonna strut till we get tired, right? Who wants to strut? Go on and line up. Let's start a line right here. First person right here. It's all right. Let's give it up for everybody who got up and did that damn thing. Come on, let's give it up for them. As I was saying, I know if this 53-year-old, soon to be 54 next month, can get up, I don't know what you young people sitting down for. Look, I'm out of breath, but I'm still doing the thing, right? Look, I done walked myself out of an earring. I know you're not gonna find the back because it's, you know, it's transparent, but nevertheless, this will be the style for today. Okay, how y'all feel? So these gold bags on the table, these are for our VIP guests. Give it up for the VIPs. Not only do you have the regular attendee bag, which is the black bag, you have a special gold bag with a few more beautiful items. I hope that you enjoy them. So, I'm gonna go ahead and do my part and get this thing out the way. One of our speakers, her presentation items did not come with her on the plane today. So we gotta move things around until those things arrive. However, I'm gonna move my thing up where I was gonna talk at 2:30 about queens don't compete. Hello. Hello. Let the church say amen. And amen and amen. And a little bit louder. So I feel like it's really important to talk about this because it's something that I've definitely experienced over the years. How about you? Where you feel like people just competing with you for no reason, right? All the time. Some people don't want to collaborate with you because they think you're competition, right? Some people don't invite you to stuff because you might outshine them. Some people don't promote conferences such as this and share it because they having a conference too. Don't you know you can promote two things at the same time? Matter of fact, if you scratch my back, I'm gonna scratch yours. I knew you had a conference coming up on November, whatever. But just think if you would have helped fill this room, then I could have sent all my people right over to your conference. Could be that easy, right? But a lot of folks don't feel that way. Why do you think so? Why do you think people feel like they got to be in competition with other women? Envy. Insecurity, yes. What else? Jealousy, self-loathing. Anything else?
They're threatened.
They are threatened. Don't you know people can smell God on you? They can see God in you. And sometimes they don't want to support you because they know that if you get involved, you just might outshine them. But there's something on a psychological level going on with these folks.
Yes, ma'am.
That they can't collaborate, that they can't support on a psychological level. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm a licensed mental health therapist. I am a dissertation away from being Dr. Catrice Jackson. So when it comes to the psychology of people, I understand that. Plus, I have practiced and done therapy with children and adolescents and families. I've worked in every arena related to mental health other than a psychiatric hospital. So I know folks. You know, I was trained to study human behavior, the psychology of people and why people do what they do. So they may tell me one thing, but I done already gave you an axis 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 diagnosis. and starting to work on the treatment plan while you lying and telling me some bullshit that I know ain't true. Okay? But on a psychological level, there's a reason why people don't support, why they compete with you. What do you think that is? Fear, absolutely. Could definitely be some past trauma. Intimidation. What's going on with that intimidation, though?
That you might outdo them or outshine them.
Lack of confidence.
Yeah.
I think entitlement.
Yeah, entitlement. There's some of that in there too. But you know what the number one thing, very simple, is? Low self-esteem. It's low self-esteem. If you don't feel good about you, you definitely ain't gonna feel good about me. If you don't think that your shit is the shit, you definitely ain't gonna think my shit's the shit, right? If you don't think you can win, you're not gonna help me win. The baseline, bottom line, when we dissect that thing and break it all the way down, it's low self-esteem. They don't feel as good about themselves. And maybe they put on this front that they got it together, that they look good, that they drive this kind of car, that they get in this kind of bag, and all that stuff that's external and outside of us. They don't really feel good on the inside. That is the number one reason why. Because I don't know about you, I don't go to the clubs no more. Every now and then I might have a drink or two, but I'm not the clubbing type. But back in the day, I used to be. Ain't that right, cousin? We used to turn up. And guess who I like to go to the club with? I ain't go to the club. I'm sorry, y'all. It's going to be very judgmental, and it is. So you can be mad at me, or you can just accept it as truth. I ain't go no club with no ugly girls. I'm cute. I'm cute. I know how to put my stuff together. And even as the plus size friend in the group, right? I was the only one. Shoot, I look better than some of my slim girlfriends, right? I done put that stuff together and stand right with them. But I didn't go to the club with no ugly girls. We went fly. We looked good. On my mama, on my hood, right? That says something, though. Most people would rather go with girls who don't look as good as them, so they can be the star. No, not this one. Look, we had to have it together. And back in the day, I'm dating myself. How many of you remember the song? I think it was, maybe it was Climax. The men all pause when we walk into the room. That's the energy that we was on when we went to the club. Am I right, cousin? So I like to be around other women who are sharp and put together and smart and intelligent and know how to dress and how to carry themselves. I mean, like, I like to be around women like that. What the hell is wrong with me if I want to be around some women who cower down, they don't know how to talk, they're quiet, they don't know how to put themselves together? Why would I want to be around that if I'm not that? So that I can sit high and look low. Or maybe I don't think, maybe I can do all this, but in here I don't think I'm all that great. So when you're really great, and you know that you're a star, you know you got it going on, you want to be around other women who got it going on. And if you don't, there's a disconnect. Something's wrong. So when people don't want to support, when people don't want to collaborate, that should be a red flag that there's a disconnect. You so-called a star, but you don't want to shine brighter with another star? That don't even make sense, does it? Why wouldn't two stars link up? and shine real bright. So when people don't want to support, they don't want to collaborate, don't sweat it too much. Just know that that red flag that went up. Ah, sis ain't ready. Sis got some healing to do. Yeah, sis got some issues. Sis ain't feeling as good about herself as she thinks she feels or that she portrays that she is. And move on. And find that other star that's ready to say, come on, sis, let's do this thing. They're out there. It's hard to find sometimes, but they are out there. Why else do you think queens shouldn't compete? Why shouldn't queens compete?
Because we have to fix each other's crown.
That's right. We got to fix each other's crown. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, keep living, everybody's going to have issues. We're going to have some highs and the lows. And if I'm low, you get me back up where I am because I will bless those who bless you. The circle of blessing.
Amen.
And we rise when we lift others, we rise.
And nobody's gonna do it like you. So everybody can be in the same industry, the same field, but only you can bring your talent and your portion to whatever you're supposed to multiply. You
Absolutely.
can't compare that against the rest of everybody else.
I think that's one of the biggest things. I could say, Joyce, here, girl, I'm tired of doing the Follow Black Women Conference. Here's the recipe. Here's how you set it up. This is what you do. I mean, it's spelled out everything. Here, go ahead.
Thank you,
Do
sis.
it next year.
Okay.
Okay?
I got you.
I just gave her away my whole recipe. You think it's gonna be like this next year?
She can either do it the same way or less or be better.
It's going no matter what it is, it's gonna be different. She's gonna bring her energy, her flavor, her ideas, her resources, all of that, her vibe. I could literally give her the blueprint, the recipe to host this whole thing here in Omaha next year and walk away from it. But it still ain't gonna be how I would do it. It's not gonna be how you would do it. It's not gonna be how you would do it.
But I would expect all y'all to come up and see.
Ah. And I would expect y'all to show up and support Joyce too. That's what queens do. Look, queen, I ain't doing it no more, but here, take it. And bless you. I hope it's beautiful. I hope it's abundant, it's fruitful. But thank you for bringing that up, Deja, because a lot of times, if you have two makeup artists in the room, they do the same thing. But one won't support the other. One might even say, girl, she ain't all that. But just think if them two would lock arms, they might could quit their day job and open up a straight up makeup beauty salon or a traveling beauty salon. A win-win. So let's have some honesty here. How many of you have felt threatened by, or someone has asked you to collaborate in some kind of way, and for whatever reason you didn't choose to do that with them? What would be some of the reasons? Yeah.
For me, it was a lack of preparation on the other person's part.
Mm.
And kind of trying to funnel resources instead of making it a sisterhood and doing it together. And if you're doing it together, it's got to be together. It can't be one person doing all the work and you're over here.
And the other person trying to get the bag.
Yeah, no.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Mm-hmm.
When my spirit says no, that's just what it is.
And that doesn't mean that you can collaborate with everyone. You have to use your spirit of discernment for sure. To pick up their vibe, to pick up their energy, to try to figure out what their intentions are. Is this somebody that has good character? You know, all those things matter. So I'm not saying that you should collaborate with anybody and everybody. So, attitude, yep. Oh my God, the drive definitely has to be the same. Because then somebody else ends up doing all the work. Wait a minute. Who said you be used? Come on, Kay. Come on with a word, sis. What you mean?
You know, being used, so that person sees what your strengths are, and so they manipulate you and use you to their advantage, whatever that is that you were trying to collaborate with them on.
And then we'll take your stuff and run with it. And not, oh, she put the cherry on top. And not give you credit for it. Lack of integrity, exactly. Yeah, go ahead.
Can I say this? This one's a little bit on the other side of the spectrum, but myself and quite a few ladies that own childcare facilities, of course, hang together. And so myself and Sherry Swift were the first African American women to open childcare centers in West Omaha. Now, let me tell you the blessing. The blessing was her and I got together. Her childcare facility was on one corner and mine was on the next. But we got together and had our directors that when we had overflow, she didn't have no spots that were empty. And we did that all the time we were running our businesses until we were able to go out and do other things, and including that. So my point and my purpose is, you know, when we collaborate with sisters, you know, make sure there's a good understanding, a clear understanding, so that you ain't stepping on what I got and I'm not stepping on what you got. Because last time I checked, McDonald's and Burger King ain't have no problem with each other. They still both successful. Next to each other. Yeah.
McDonald's, Burger King, still getting their money, still doing their thing.
But they taste different.
But taste different.
It's just the same, just like she said. If I don't have no room over here, I know somebody that does. Right here. You know, same, do that for me. You know, I'm happy to take you back.
Yeah, right, but I know somebody who can. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And here's one thing that I'd like to say. Competition is low vibration energy. Have you ever been around somebody? I know y'all done watched Charlie Brown. What's his name? Pigpen? He got stank with him everywhere he go. Just stanking. Just stuff flowing behind him, just stanking all the time. Everywhere Pigpen go, he's stanky, right? That's what low vibrational energy looks like. Just this stank, heavy, dark, uninspiring kind of energy that people bring with them. And it will drag you down. So when you're trying to compete with another queen, just imagine yourself walking around like Pigpen. Stanky. Just stanky. Right? Don't nobody want to deal with stanky people? Because them little stanky things behind Pigpen, you see them, don't you? They ain't invisible. When we watch Charlie Brown, ain't them little stinky things following behind him? We see the stink. Why are you trying to act like it don't? But I want you to imagine that that's what that low vibrational energy looks like. Is this energy just exuding off of you that's dark, it's tired, it's heavy, it's competitive. It's just a low vibration. So when you catch yourself trying to compete with another woman, especially another black woman, especially another black woman, especially another black woman. I see you. I got you. Hold on. When we think about in the realm of the work that I do, which is racial justice work. So Catrice Jackson is boots on the ground, shut this shit down, shutting down highways, fuck 12, fuck the police. Yeah, that's what I do. Ain't no shame in my game. I'm about that life. And when I think about the hierarchy of people, and we got white men right up here at the top, Then we got white gay men. Then we got white women. Then we got all the everybody's in between. And who's at the bottom? Black women. You notice I didn't say white man, gay white man, black man. You didn't hear that, did you? I said white man, white gay man, white woman. Number 3. And then everybody else, all the men, all the non-binary, all the LGBTQIAs, all thems, black women. And then if we want to go a layer deep, black trans women. Why am I saying this? Because now that you have this visual, and you know that we are at the bottom, why would you want to fight with your sister? She already got all these people on top of her back that she's trying to fight off. Why are you going to come with your low vibrational energy and add to that? That's abuse on top of abuse on top of abuse. When I see another black woman, it's instant compassion, instant empathy, instant understanding, even if she rolling her eyes at me. Because I done been in the drive-thru and been everything but a child of God some days. Sis, you having a bad day, ain't you? Sis, they working you hard, aren't they? Girl, I'm the only one here. I feel you, sis. But I'm not your enemy. And sometimes I'll say that to them. Just to let them know, I'm not your enemy. These people who got you flipping these burgers, and you're the only one in here is your enemy. I'm not your enemy, sis. Now, don't get me wrong. I might have to put a few check marks on a couple sisters too. Because if you get abusive and you get aggressive, then I gotta protect myself. That's not the energy that I take to black women. Sometimes it ends up being the result, and it's very rare, but that's because now I gotta protect me from all of your aggression. But it's not how I see and engage with black women, because I understand where they sit. And what we should be doing is trying to pull some of that stuff off the top of her. Pour into her. So I want y'all to take a quick look around the room. I want you to look all the way in the back. Matter of fact, in the back over there. In the back over there. Parker, Stephanie, Sarah. I'm not sure where Pamela is. Okay, can y'all stand up, please? First of all, let's give it up for them. They have helped make this happen. Keep clapping. Pamela's coming in. Come on, Pam, get your accolades, girl. So even though I do racial justice work, I understand that people are people and people are humans. And so my specific work is teaching white women, such as these 4 ladies back here, how to not be Karens to black women. They go through extensive anti-racism training to deal with what I call their weapons of whiteness so that they can lay down those weapons and be in the room with a room full of black women and do no harm. So they are a part of an alumni group called the Socially Conscious Women's Collective. And this is a group of white women around the country who have been to my workshops and trainings who are committed to being anti-racist. They're committed to learning how not to cause harm. They're committed to uplifting black women, listening to black women, supporting black women, and the point of this conference, following the lead of black women. And so they helped put this thing together. Their flowers are due, so give it up for them again. How many of you have ever been at a conference with white women? And look, y'all, this just get used to me. How many of you have ever been to a conference with white women and they take up all the space? Raise your hand. It don't gotta be a conference, sis. Does it? You could be at Walmart getting you a pack of Skittles. And they're going to make sure they get their Snickers first, right? How many of you have been in spaces or places where they have cut you off? Yes? Where you are getting your coffee at the coffee stand and they can't wait and they're so entitled and they're so used to having their damn way that they reach all the way over your coffee cup just to get them this little piece of sugar. Listen, I was in Alabama doing a photo shoot and almost had to be like the people in Montgomery. I was in Huntsville, but I felt that Montgomery with the chair thing situation happened a week after I left Alabama. And it literally started like this. Do, getting my coffee, minding my business. Karen's over here, she can't wait, she needs sugar. I'm just gonna reach over Catrice's open cup with all my hair flinging all over the place and get my sugar. And then Catrice is like, excuse me, do you not see me getting coffee? You can't wait to get that sugar? I didn't see you. Girl, I'm a good 250 in the hips. I had on a Black Lives Matter t-shirt and an afro this big. You didn't see me? Really, you didn't see me? I said, you know, you just wait your turn. Well, I said, wait your turn. By this time, some white guy, at least 6'2", over there looking like Paul Bunyan. I mean, he's a big dude. I couldn't take him by myself. I might have could have handled Karen over here, but I couldn't did nothing with that dude. Why don't you just be quiet, he said. In other words, Negro, stay in your place. I'm in Alabama. Let me remind you where I'm at. I'm up down there with this northern uppity Negro accent, telling white women to stay in their place. Black Lives Matter on my shirt and a big old afro. I'm a problem. He was so rude that I was fighting with her in this corner, trying to make sure he didn't do anything over here. No staff, nobody's around. Some other white guy comes up and says, man, just be quiet. You're making it worse, just go. But I was trying to stand my ground with this white woman who was clearly violating me. I was trying to keep myself safe from Paul Bunyan. And all while scanning the room, trying to see how many black people are gonna come help me. Because if she fights me and he fights me, and now I gotta fight two people, who's gonna come for me? I saw a table of my own people. I saw a table of my own people Don't come down here messing it up for us good folk. There wasn't nobody there to save me.
You need security?
You know, I usually travel with my husband, who best believe Pistol Pete is on it. Okay? 2 on the hip, several in the trunk. But I was unprotected, unsafe. But guess what else I was? Unapologetic. And excuse my language, you know, I cuss every now and then. You're going to hear it today. Fuck them people. Yes. Because when you do this work, you got to be willing to die. You got to be willing to go to jail. You got to be willing to, whatever shakes down out of that tree, you got to be willing to do that. And so I had to stand there and pray and calculate and do all the things. I made it out of Alabama. But it reminded me of the guy who was fending for himself, same thing. And that boy had to jump off that boat, swim across and help him. Powerful. That's the energy we should be giving other black women. Because when I'm out and about and I hear rumblings going on and I see sis or bro dealing with the Karens and Kens of the world, I just go post up. Yeah, I just go stand in proximity so I can hear what's being said and know what to do. It doesn't matter if I even know them. 98% of the time when I do that for black folks, I don't even know them. But I know what Karen and Ken can do. Ain't they shown us what they could do for the last 400 some years? Do we not understand that? Have we not seen enough videos on TV where somebody's just bird watching and next thing you know? Stop taking that energy to black women. If you feel some kind of way about yourself, you need to go to therapy. You need to get a coach. You need to do some mentoring. You need to read some books. You need to get out in nature. Get some Reiki, some chakra healing. I don't care what you do. Stop taking that energy to other black women, because you know what? It's not prosperous. You ain't gonna get nowhere like that. Because one thing that I know, and I'm gonna end with this, everything that we do, thoughts, behaviors, energy, words, actions, whatever you put out into the world, you can best believe it knows your address. It's coming back. It may not come back for 10 years. You may have dished it out this way, but it's going to come back this way. And you don't recognize that it came back to you because it didn't come back the same way you put it out. Nothing is mute. I know y'all have heard the energy is transferable, right? Well, where do you think it goes? If it's transferable. Where does that negative, catty, clawing at other black women, competitive energy go when you put it out in the world? You think it just falls to the ground? You may be putting this energy out to another black woman, and then I was getting ready to say, then your daughter come home 14 saying that Samantha's bullying her at school. It don't always come back the way it went out. So if you want good to come back to you, you got to put good out If you want support, you got to put support out. Anything that you desire, you got to put it out there so that it boomerangs and comes back to you, and hopefully tenfold, 100-fold. And the last thing that I want to say is that one of the big things that I believe in is reciprocity. Who understands that? What does that word mean? Reciprocity. A return on your investment, a return on your favor. Mm-hmm. You scratch my back, I scratch your back. Backs get scratched. But we don't do it with the intention that you're going to scratch my back. I just see your back is itching. So I'm going to come on over here, Cherie. I see you moving in your seat. Like your back is itching. I'm just going to come over here and do this. Feel better, girl? Scratch that back. And the intention is that then she's going to pay attention to the next woman who feels like they're itching. She's just going to go over there and scratch their back. And that's going to keep going and keep going. The next thing I know, I'm going to feel somebody on my back. That what I put out eventually came back to me, right? But if me and you are in relationship, I can't be putting in all the work. You can't be the one that's doing all the phone calls. Like, dang, is Catrice ever going to call me? I always got to call her. If we're partners, you can't be coming in late and I'm showing up early. So in a sense, reciprocity it's a type of energy that when you're in relationship with somebody, that it's this natural give and take. I might have $100,000 that I could let someone borrow, which I don't ask me. But maybe I do. And I give it to them, and they give it back, right? But maybe that person only could let me borrow $50 when we're on a trip, and that's all they had. It's still reciprocity. So what you give does not have to be of equal value. I may be able to only contribute $25 to the group trip, but you can contribute $100. The contribution has been made. The energy of the contribution, if it's pure and the intent is good, is the same as the $100 contribution. And it may be reversed, but that's what reciprocity is. How many of you feel like you got reciprocity in your relationships with other women? Okay, pretty good. And when you feel like you don't, you should demand that. You should say, these are the requirements to be in my life. And reciprocity should be one of them. Because nobody wants to be used. Because let me just keep it real. For those of you who don't have reciprocity in your relationships, personal, professional, intimate, they're using you. You're being used. Period. If there's not an equal exchange, if you don't feel like there's a nice flow of give and take, I sacrifice, you give, I give, and it's always you, you're being used, sis. And guess what? It happens to the best of us. In the last couple of years, I have lost at least 5 friends that I love very dearly, that would have stood on the front lines of justice for them, would have went to bat for them, and did, poured into them in ways that I had never poured into anybody else in my life. poured into some of them friends in ways that I hadn't even poured into my own family. Somebody walked away with a house. Somebody walked away with a $285,000 house that me and my collective raised money for. But there was no reciprocity.